Hello there folks, and thanks for joining me again at my tying bench. This time around I'm going to tie you up a wet fly pattern. It's the light cahill wet fly, and you can also tie the dark cahill version as well. You just change up the dubbing with the gray dubbing and use a blue dun hackle. And I'm just tying some up to put in my box for next season. I thought I'd bring you along with this one, share this one with you, and hopefully you can tie some of these up as well and give them a try next season. So alrighty, so we'll get this guy the vise here. I'll get a fresh hook in and we'll get started. Alrighty, and the hook I'm using is a Mustad 33.99 classic wet fly hook, and I'm going on the bigger size, size 10 for the video. So we'll get this guy locked in the vise here. Okay. Alrighty, okay, the first thing we'll do is get our thread base down. I'm using some light yellow thread here, Danville 6/0. And we'll just start about a hook eye length behind the eye here, and we'll get a thread base going back. Just get a smooth thread base here, doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, now we'll come in and snip off our tag end here, and we'll carry back here a little farther, almost to the barb. Okay, that's fine. Now for the tail, it's simply some cream colored hen hackle fibers, and I have a larger feather here off the cape, and I'll just pull a small amount off. You don't want a real thick tail, you don't want to put too many fibers on, but keep it fairly sparse. So I'll pull some of those off and prepare them here for the tail. And we want our tail to be about hook shank length as always, so we'll transfer hands and we'll set that on top. Tie it in with a pinch loop, come up and then down again. I'm going to hold up on the tail, and I'm just going to make a few thread wraps rearward here, a couple more. Okay, that's fine. Then forward a base again and stop our thread. Alright, there's our tail, folks. I'm just going to come in and snip that off there a little shorter, just like so. Alright, now the body is some cream colored dubbing, and you can choose any cream colored dubbing that you have. It will do the trick. I just happen to have some here. It's called prism dubbing. It's in a cream color. I'm going to use that. So I'll take my wax here and put a little on the thread, just to help grip that dubbing. Okay, now you want to taper the body a little bit towards the front, so just keep that in mind as you make your dubbing noodle and you wrap it on. And don't worry if it takes more than one noodle, because that happens a lot. It's actually better to do it that way a lot of times. And sometimes you may get it right on and sometimes not, but no worries. Okay, what I like to do is I like to do it in stages just to get a nice uniform body. Now we'll come back, and I'm going to wrap that. Just turn the vise here so I can see the other side for a second. Looks pretty good. Now we're going to wrap forward there. Okay, keep in mind of our taper that I was talking about there. And okay, and I can see already I'm going to need a little more dubbing, so that's fine. Work our way up here. Okay, now add a little bit more to that. Alrighty. Okay, now a little more wax on the thread here. A little more dubbing to finish up the body. Okay, let's tub that on there. We'll come around. Alright, I think we're going to have enough here, plenty on there now, so we're going to end that right there. Now there's our body. You can see the slight taper there. Trim a few of those stray fibers off. Alrighty, there we go, folks. Alright, now our next step is our hackle. And I have one prepared here. At least I did. And I don't see it. There it is, folks. Okay, I just pulled the fuzzies off the bottom of that hackle and stroked the fibers back and got the tip ready there. So I'm just going to take those in my fingers of my left hand here, and I'm going to snip a little triangle for a tie-in point. Okay, snip that off. And try to catch it in on the bottom of the hook there if you can. And we're going to make 3 or 4 tight wraps to secure that. Now, I'm going to grab my little plunger pliers. And we'll grab that stem there. Okay. Bring it up. And just be mindful that these are fragile hackles. Just be careful as you wrap. Not to be too aggressive on it. Okay. Wrap those towards the front there. And generally you get 2 or 3 wraps. I got just about 3 that time. I'm just going to take 1 wrap. Keep good tension on the thread with my other hand. Make 2 more wraps. Okay. That's fine. I'm just going to hold that back with my fingers of my left hand here and make it through a few thread wraps. 2 to 3 wraps is plenty. Alright, and I'm going to reach in, find that little stem there, get a hold of them, give them a little pull. There we go. So there's our hackle, folks. Now all that's left is our wing. So you don't need a very dense hackle for these. Okay, that's fine. Alright, so now I have some calls for wood duck, so I have some mallard flank dyed wood duck. I don't have any original wood duck, but this will do the trick just as well. And I just pulled off, one way you can do it is how I done it here. You just pull off a bunch off one of your flank feathers here, and then just roll them in your fingers, or you can take them, if you get one that's straight across the top, you can take them and snip the center out and fold it. There's a couple of different ways you can go about it. This time I just chose to do it this way, where I'm tying up a bunch of these for my box. Okay, now we're just going to set it on top, and we want that to come back about halfway on the tail, so we'll grip that. In our left hand here, I'm going to come up between with a pinch wrap, come down, then I'm going to come back up, snug the thread, and then back down. Make 1, 2, 3 wraps to hold that. And that should have that right in the center for you. I'm going to have a look here and see how it's sitting. Looks good to me, folks. Right on top. So now I'll come in carefully and snip those fibers at the eye there, the excess fibers. Meanwhile, always holding the wing in my other fingers there, keeping it tight. Alright, so now what I'm going to do before I build the head is take a little bit of that wax and put on my thread here just for a little more grip. And I'm going to turn the vise a little to the side, and I'm going to hold that wing, and I'm going to go right behind the eye, then work rearward towards the wing, covering up that excess material. And at the same time building a nice small head on it. Okay, a couple more wraps there, folks. That's fine. That looks good there to me. Just check my wing here, make sure I like how it's sitting. That looks good, okay. Alrighty, so now we're just going to grab my whip finisher here, folks. Get a whip finish knot on them. Okay, and we'll do 4 or 5 turns here. Okay, that's fine. There we go. That's good. Now, snug that down nice and tight, seat that knot there, and I'll come in and snip that off. Nice and close here. There we go. Alrighty, it's looking good. Now, all we got left to do, I'm just going to take a little bit of Solaris bone dry this time around and put on the head of this guy. And we got another size 10 light cahill wet fly. So I'll bring in my bone dry here, put a coat on. Okay. Like I was saying, there's the dark cahill version you can tie as well. And there's a lot of other wet flies that call for the flank feathers for wings. There we go. Okay, that's fine. Now I'll cure that with the light here, folks. Real quick. Give it a little zap. Okay, just spin that around there. Alrighty. Doesn't take too long here. There we have it. Done deal. So there we go. So I hope you enjoyed this fly this time around, and you'll tie some of these guys up. And maybe you want to tie some of the dark version as well, the dark cahill. And many others that call for the pretty much the same steps. Just change the tail up, the dubbing, and the flank feathers, different colors. You can also tie some with teal as well. There's flies that call for teal flank. So anyway, and if this is your first time watching my videos and you'd like to subscribe, hit that good old subscribe button there and throw in a like too. I appreciate that a great deal. And like I always say out there, happy tying. And so long for now, folks. I'll see you all again soon.